my dear ones, this is Dane. Welcome back to my channel, Filipino Nurse Retires Home. Please comment, share, and subscribe. And thank you everybody for helping me with this channel. And without you, I can never be in this position right now, okay? Today's topic is different again. Okay, we just came back from Beaufort, South Carolina. It is a nice time I had. Anyway, I wish I went fishing today. It's kind of hot, but it was like 95 degrees in South Carolina. So don't complain about the heat in the Philippines. Humid and very hot, okay? But American houses and old establishment has central air. That's why when you go to the Philippines, it's kind of different because you don't have to have any AC there. Not all houses has air conditioning. So if you are an expat wanting to be comfortable in the Philippines, you might need a little unit even on the window to help you with the heat, okay? So it was very, very hot. But otherwise, let's gonna be talking about something else, okay? I never have really mentioned very much about building process, but as I talk to people like the subscribers and listening to the comments and everything, I have sometimes I will have ideas of what's the next subject matter, okay? All right, in building the house that I had, we have right now, we made a big mistake, okay? Big mistake that cost us a lot of money. For some people, maybe it's little, but for retiree, you know, with a tight budget, sometimes it costs a lot of money. So you better make sure that you really like what you're doing, okay? Before, and talk with your husband about the whole plan and what the house look like before you have to initiate whoever would build the house. Okay, just don't decide it upon yourself because your partner might not like it, okay? And even then, even how much planning you have, you're gonna have to topple some walls or change whatever you decided, or maybe change the size of the house, and that costs a lot of money. So, but especially during the first phase, you know, of your building process, you might as well just do the renovation immediately, or the changes immediately before you're gonna proceed, because you're gonna be sorry of that decision later on, because that kind of thought that you have to do that to make it a perfect building for you, it's gonna pop later on, and then it's too late. The house is already built, okay? You're gonna be very sorry. Now I'm gonna show you what I had done. Number one, the bathroom. I realized my bathroom is only like 8 by 12, okay? I would like to have a good size bathroom, but my husband did not really want a big bathroom. But I was thinking about when we get older, when you will have wheelchair, okay? I want to maneuver there, okay? So the bathroom, I made it a little bit bigger, 8 by 12, but I really wanted it bigger, maybe 12 by 12. But anyway, I cannot do anything because it was already in the final chapter of building the house. But the only biggest thing that I have to change is I have to topple down some tiles, as well as the wall in between the vanity and the commode, because the wall there blocks the view of the vanity once you come in. Although there is separation between the two, but it's not necessary because I ended up having an iron bar that basically I use the iron bar as a carrier for my curtain to close the commode, okay, while you're doing your thing. And that process that I done there of toppling down that area cost about, maybe I would say, $200. But that bothered me all night long. I said, oh my goodness, I already bought the tiles there, and I already put up the tiles, and that's gonna cost me some money. But I said, my God, that $200, $200, you know, I can find $200 easy, you know. I might as well just decide to topple it down. I think it's more. I would say about $500 for that, including the labor. Okay, now, but I was so happy about the result. But as I have said, the size you cannot change anymore. That's already in the final planning. Now, another one is, remember I told you about the countertop, you know? There's a confusion there that the countertop, instead of putting a space for the stove top, my carpenter put a straight countertop, continuous countertop, thinking that we will use the table range. But anyway, he did not have any idea about the stove as well as the stove top as well as the range that will be placed in the middle. So that cost me about, I would say, about $200 worth of, plus the labor. $200. That's plus the labor. Now, the biggest thing is the garage, okay? The garage, I'm talking about the storage space, the utility room. That, for Americans, we use that for basically to park our cars. But this time for us, because we have another garage where we can park our car underneath the veranda or the porch. So we're using our garage as a utility. Now I realized, holy cow, big mistake again. Okay, we have to change the size because it's only 8 by 10. And I said, oh my goodness, this is gonna be costly because we have to actually remove all the they already have put the foundation and the walls, and we have to dig the dirt. So, but I said, I cannot let it pass. I said, this is so damn stupid if I'm not going to have this change. It has to be bigger. Why don't we maximize the space? Instead of 8 by 10, can I make it 19 by 12? In such a way, it's gonna be a good size where I can park all my tools as well as my riding mower, if in case we're gonna have riding mower. So I told my carpenter, this has to go. So we toppled down that thing. It probably cost us about $1,000 easy. That's plus labor, and it took them days, maybe 5 days to complete the process. Oh my gosh, that cost too much money. So not even 1,000, I would say more than that. But I'm glad I made that bigger because we put all our tools there now. And because I realized we did not have a place to put all of them in a secure space. So I still have a big, like, cement mixer that we have to store there. And we have a lot of lumber, extra lumbers. A lot of space is needed for all of those. So I said, I'm glad I decided that. I was so happy that it happened. But the biggest thing is they cannot make it wider because all the foundations for the top level has already been there. We cannot remove the post of the foundation for the whole structure is already there. We cannot chop it. So it has to be intact. So all we can do is just 19 by 12. That's what. But I was so satisfied about that. Okay? Now another mistake is on our veranda or the porch, the overhang, we have to level it on level it in such a way that it's gonna be level to the house, to the living room Although understand that the water probably would go in there, but we can always put a rubber stopper. We have to put it there because my sister kept on bugging me about it. That she said, "You're gonna put a tank there, and you're gonna be sorry because you're gonna be older, and then you're gonna have a wheelchair later on. If you're gonna have a wheelchair, you're not gonna be able to enjoy the porch. So it has to be a continuous thing, to get the wheelchair there." Keep bugging me about it. So I had them put about, my God, about I think 3 inches more of cement on a 20 by 20 size porch. And that cost a lot of money and headache. Too much. Another mistake that I have, okay, is where we put our water, the well. Because initially, remember, I had built a Bahay Kubo, which is about 200 meters away from the permanent house. That drilling of that well should have been in the middle, because I'm really planning to sell that part where the Bahay Kubo is. And then now what am I gonna do for water? But I'm gonna build a cistern. But that's all rainwater. But I still have to have some underground water. And now I have to spend another money on that. And that costs a lot of money because where it's at right now, we have to drill about 300 feet down to the aquifer. We have steady flow water. And that would cost another maybe 300 to 400,000 pesos. Okay, so it's about what, 8,000 maybe $8,000. So that should have been nearer where I'm going, where I have my house built. Because if not, we're not gonna have steady flow of water. Otherwise, things can be done differently, but you have to pardon yourself and move on and be happy with what you have. So if you can rectify things, then you can rectify, and you have to rectify it immediately. But anyway, you make mistakes and not be contented of what the final result. Okay, there's never gonna be a perfect house. Okay, there's always gonna be something that you wish you have changed. And I know what I wanted, but I'm not gonna say anymore, because all what I have, I'm just gonna be very happy with what I have right now. All right, guys, thank you. God bless.